big day today. Day 11, 220. We tip over 220 out of 620 on our way to 27,290. A big day today. Hey, you know, it's young living or assisted living, and you can make your home a healthy home, but it all starts with you, and it starts today. Okay, so I'll talk a little bit about an exciting topic today, house maintenance. A couple weeks ago, we had a friend of ours who is a roofing contractor, came out and crawled up on our roof, and we have a really steep pitch on our roof, crawled up on the roof just to do an examination of the roof to see if it was in good condition. The roof is about 8 years old, just to check it out. Came down, clean bill of health, great condition, good service life, 30 years left on the roof, no damage of any kind. So I got to thinking about it. It's not this time of the year. I like this time of the year because it's a great time to do some of that exterior maintenance on your home. Just check it. You like being outside anyhow, so just do a walkabout on the house and do a survey of what's going on around the house. So we're going to be talking about that over the course of the next couple of days, but I want to focus just on the roof right now. So gutters, love-hate relationship with gutters in Minnesota. Just a quick story. So I'm sitting in our TV room library a few years ago, and it was in I don't know what time of the year it was. I think it was probably like Marchish or something like that. One of those years when we had a lot of snow, a lot of ice damming, a lot of ice melt that was going on. And I hear this thunderous crash. I'm like, what the heck? I thought a car had crashed on our street. So I go running outside, and here our gutters had fallen off the house. All along the back of the house, they were so full of ice that the weight ripped them right off the house. That's one of the problems of having gutters in Minnesota, but you can prevent that a couple of ways. One of them is by keeping them clear. So next week I'm going to crawl up on my ladder and just take a peek inside the gutters and see what's in there. I looked up the other day and I saw a little twig sticking out of one of the downspouty areas that must have washed in there. That's a problem, because if I don't do something about it, things are going to accumulate there, and then this winter it's going to create ice, and I'm going to have some weight hanging on those gutters, and that could be, can you imagine 1,000 pounds of ice hanging up there? So get up on there. You can get leaf guards on there. You can get some gutter guards and all that stuff. There's a million different kinds of them if you want to do that. And I think and if you're in an area where you've got a lot of trees and you got the leaves coming down all the time, that's probably a good option to do. And there's a million different kinds. You should, if you've got an area where you have to break snow off your roof a lot, and you know how it is. The roof has peaks and valleys, where the gable comes up, and it makes almost like a snow fence effect, and you'll get a little accumulation in a pocket on your roof all the time. You want to just kind of relieve some of that weight and get some of that snow off of there if you've got a heavy snow here. There's the right way to do it and the wrong way to do it. So just learn how to correctly rake it off. Basically, don't go down all the way to the shingles. You'll damage the shingles. If you can use a plastic, the old school aluminum or metal snow rakes that you use, that you see around, probably better to have a plastic one and be a little easier on the roof. Don't get up on the roof with a scoop shovel and all that, because you'll damage the roof doing it that way. Check out the insulation in your attic. I got that just as a note here, because if you've got ice damming in an area, ice dams come when you've got snow, and then it warms from beneath, melts the snow, sun goes behind a cloud almost, and it refreezes like that and creates a little ridge there, and then the water behind accumulates, and pretty soon that builds up and you got a problem. The water starts backing up, it'll come into your house. The reason for that is two things. Either you don't have adequate insulation, so your heat from below, from the living area, is going up through, hitting that roof and melting the snow, or poor insulation, or poor circulation. So the goal is to keep that roof cold so that it does not melt the snow on top. So check your insulation. We had an area in our dining room that would constantly ice dam, and we went up inside there, and sure enough, that in that little area there, it was not enough insulation. We blew some foam in there, actually foamed the ridges, and then added some more insulation. No more ice dams. Trees and shrubs from growing above the roof line is another issue. For one thing, varmints can crawl up the trees. You know, we had raccoons in the attic one time because they could crawl up on the side of some ornamental trees that we have beside. So keep that cut away from the house so that you don't have those trees rubbing on the roof and damaging your shingles. And it keeps the leaves that are hanging right over those gutters from going down in there as well. And then another, anytime you got a penetration in the roof, if it's from your kitchen venting or from your bathroom vents or anything like that, you've got a problem area there that you need to be aware of, because you can have moisture coming into the house and potentially leaking down into the living space. So you want to make sure that you've got your seal is adequate there, caulking around there. You got your bibs over those vents and stuff so that you can properly shed that water away from the house. Now, when it was installed, it was probably installed fine, but you may want to have to recaulk some of that stuff. Just take a look at it and check it to make sure. Structure inspection. Now, I just want to go back to that. I say check it and make sure. If you don't, be careful about going up on the roof, number one. You may not want to have that happen like I did. Have a friend, reach out. I'll get somebody to you if you need to have a name, someone that can go up on the roof and just do a quick inspection for you to make sure, so that you don't crawl up on the roof, fall off the roof. Keith said to go up on the roof, and then get a phone call from your wife or from your husband. Structure inspection, a check for signs of sagging. As older houses from the snow load, sometimes it'll put some stress on the older house, and that sagging will start in. Maybe you're going to need some bracing in there. That happens slowly and over time, but you can look at it. When you look at it, some of the older homes from a distance, you almost see a swale in the roof there. That's just from the weight of the snow hanging on it, and you may want to, if that's your house, you may want to get in there and just support that. Loose or any damaged or curling shingles, there's an aging thing there. I mean, if your roof looks like potato chips up there, maybe time to replace that roof, because if it's not leaking now, it's going to. So just take a check on that. Interior inspection, look at signs of moisture. Stick your head up inside your attic space there. It'll be hot at this time of the year, so do it in the morning or in the evening. So it will be hot, like 130 degrees up there. So go up in there, stick your head up there, take a flashlight, just look around, see if you see any evidence of water infiltration anywhere. That's the first place it'll show up, because you don't want it, again, to get down in there, damage your insulation, and damage your workspace. All right, so that's about enough for that. Roof maintenance, be smart about it. Don't go crawling up on the roof when it's 95 degrees out, because again, you can damage the roof. Be really careful. A lot of times guys now are coming out that are doing the roof inspections. They're using drones. They fly over the top. They can look down, get a really good view. The cameras are so good right now. It's as good as being up there with your own eyes, and there's no cost or no chance of damaging the roof. So we're on day 11. It's a big day today. 220. Let's wrap off 20. Then you can get yourself off to church and off to your day. So let's just get 20 push-ups done quick. And then you can continue on with your deep knee bends and your sit-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Hold that last one. Hold it for an hour. 20. That gives you a nice pull. Remember, the older you get, the longer you're going to want to live. That's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow.